Alright, peace, my friend. Brianna. I hope you're doing well. First and foremost, thank you for your patience, and yeah, welcome. This is going to be a reading. Alright, so without further ado, let's begin. So, essentially, within this reading, we are going to be covering your sun, your moon, your ascendant, and we'll also be talking about your Saturn, as it is of relevance here. Also, I hope that because I did a birth chart for a friend of mine earlier, and he said that his birth time was like 6 a.m., but he wasn't sure. It was around 6 a.m. And so I had to elaborate to him on how important like accuracy is, because I ended up going on and doing a reading for him, but it was like, even if he was off an hour or a couple minutes, it would have been inaccurate, you feel what I'm saying? So I do hope that you gave me the correct time, and 4 a.m. was indeed most definitely when you were born. But anyways, so yeah, your sun, right? Your sun is in Libra, so you are a Librian. And if you were born at 4 a.m. exactly, which I hope you were, you feel me? Then that would mean that your sun is in the 8th house, right? Alright, so first and foremost, the sun deals with like how you express yourself, you feel me? It deals with the ego. It deals with like the energies that you are comfortable letting people see, you feel me? And so with Libra, this energy is very centered around others, you feel me? Libra is known as the sign of marriage, and it deals with the social affairs, you feel me? Libras are really great with people. They're great psychologists, you feel me? They're great counselors. They're great like servants to like society, you know what I'm saying? Like furthermore, Libras are like great lawyers as well. They're great in relationships, right? Primarily the sign deals with relationships, but being an air sign and not a water sign, they deal with relationship, but from an angle where emotion is not involved, you feel me? A Libra is a very intellectual individual, you feel what I'm saying? Okay, and you also have your moon in Aquarius, which makes you even the more intellectual, you feel what I'm saying? So you're a very intelligent person, and you desire harmony, not per se from an emotional standpoint, but from a logical standpoint, you feel me? And so what happens here is that sometimes Libra can be a superficial sign, in the sense that Libra desires harmony, for example, right? And so sometimes they may settle for the facade of harmony, in the sense that Libra's Libra's planet, Venus, is the planet that deals and is associated with beauty, is what I'm saying. And so being associated with beauty and like the physical world, and because like your understanding of beauty, you feel me, it is very much our understanding of beauty is very much centered around the physical world, right? We think flowers are beautiful and all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? And so Venus, she also deals with the external beauties in this world, but see, the detriment in that is that it's all illusion, if that makes sense, in the sense that just because something appears to be harmony in the surface doesn't mean it's harmony in depth, you feel me? And so this goes deeper than this goes deeper than Libra's sorry, I had to change the music real quick. But yeah, this goes deeper than just Libra's external circumstances and situations, but it's also see, the sign Libra, it's a sign so within the Libra constellation, there are many serpents, you feel what I'm saying? There's Draco, and then there's serpents, But then Ophiuchus is next door in Scorpio. So but it's holding serpents. But ultimately, the Draco energy is an energy of like for instance, Venus is also known as like the morning star. You know what I'm saying? And the morning star is also Lucifer. You know what I'm saying? And Lucifer is a sign that deals with like intellect, but like eluding God through intellect. And what I mean by this is like, I guess I could have said it more differently. Yeah, I could have most definitely articulated that a little differently. But like, it's like, I technically already talked about this earlier. This all just ties back into the compromisation of surface harmony over deep harmony. You feel me? And so then what happens also is that like a lot of the times Libras need to face themselves, for what I'm saying, in the sense that, see, when the sun goes into Libra, it's debilitated here. You feel me? This is its debilitation. Libra is the sign of others, and like the opposite sign of Libra is Aries. You feel what I'm saying? And so Aries is a sign that deals with the self, the me, the I, and also the sun is exalted in Aries, but debilitated in Libra. So Libra, they are all about the other. So they jeopardize themselves for other people. You feel me? And it's like a lot of the times Libras get entangled in relationships in X, Y, and Z that can be perceived as possibly, for lack of a better term, self-defeating. But this is like surface level Libra energy. You feel me? This is very much surface level Libra energy. Where it's like they'll get into a relationship and they'll stay in the relationship, but like because of like the idea of the relationship, like the recognition that comes with the relationship, if that makes sense. But also, these signs, like they very much do need to learn harmony as well. You feel me? Internal harmony and peace. It's like Libra is a sign, although associated with harmony and balance. Libras typically are not harmonized and balanced, but they're more tasked with harmonizing themselves specifically, because also a lot of the times with this placement, the reason why Libras are indecisive, you feel me, and like would rather allow another individual to take control of the situation is because their experiences with their parents and their upbringing, you feel me, those conditions. And so it's like a lot of the time it's even possible that like there was disharmony within the household, and Libra felt like they were responsible for the disharmony between the mother and the father. But at the same time, you do also have your sun and your moon trining each other. And so the sun, as I've been discussing, deals with the external expression, you feel me? Meanwhile, the moon, it's more the internal expressions. It more deals with the private life, the domestic, the home life, you feel me? It also deals with your emotions. And so with your sun and your moon being in the same elements, right? Because your moon is in Aquarius is also an air sign. And your sun is in Libra, and Libra is an air sign. So because of this, they're trining each other, and there's a harmony between the two of them. And so what happens here is that a harmony is manifested between like your emotional needs and desires and your willpower. You feel what I'm saying? In the sense that the moon, it also deals with our comfort and our hobbies. You feel me? And within a trine, it's like a lot of the times these individuals find it easy for them to like pursue their desired properly, rather, I should say. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's ultimately Libra. You know, very people-orientated energy. And so also Libra. Okay, so Libra is exalted in Saturn and is debilitated in Aries. My bad, it's debilitated in the Sun. So we talked about how Libra being debilitated in the Sun lets us know that Libras can have no backbone, and they may not have an assertiveness, and they may need to cultivate self-awareness type energy. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, like a lot of the times a Libra can get lost in a relationship and lose themselves, and so then thus they need to cultivate their own independence type energy too. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways, as I was saying though, yeah, you know, it's pretty much Libra for you. And so at the same time, you also have your moon, right? So your moon is in Aquarius, and so with your moon being in Aquarius, this energy, so Aquarius is a sign that's ruled by Saturn, and that reminds me, I was gonna bring up how Libra is exalted in Saturn. You feel me? So Saturn is the planet of hardships. It's a planet of reality. It deals with laws. It deals with the government. It deals with people trying to enforce their will upon you and tell you what to do. You feel me? But it also deals with compliance. You feel me? And obeying and listening to the law. You feel me? And being like a passive individual who allows, quote unquote, the government to think for them or other people to think for them. You feel what I'm saying? So Saturn, it belittles the ego and it emphasizes the authority. You feel me? So then what happens here is that Saturn bestows upon individuals also a lot of responsibility. You feel me? And it's interesting because Aquarius is also a sign that deals with freedom. You feel me? It has a desire to want to break free from the limitations. You feel what I'm saying? But Saturn brings limitations and hardships. Like Saturn also deals with like illness and poverty. You feel me? And so like I also teach mental alchemy. You feel what I'm saying? And so once you understand your birth chart, you know the issues, but then you can take it further and start to resolve the issues utilizing mental alchemy. And speaking on these negative attributes, and it's like I don't want to just make you feel like you're screwed, because you're not screwed. You feel me? You can do something about your situation. But anyways, yeah, you feel me? So that is the unfortunate aspect. Like, so the moon, it also deals with the mind, right? And so a lot of the times, moon and Aquarius individuals, you feel me? Aquarius energy in general, a lot of the times I see it manifesting as like illness. You feel me? Mental illness, also a possibility. You feel what I'm saying? But I also want to put this in there. Aquarius is a very like alienistic energy. You feel me? They're very tapped into like a different stream of thought. You know, it's a different stream of consciousness in the sense that a lot of the times Aquariuses are the black sheeps, right? They're outcasted, but it's like at the same time. Hold on. Sorry, I can't remember. So Aquarius is a sign that deals with the future. You feel what I'm saying? So it's interesting because like Saturn is a planet that deals with like the past. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on, let's check this game on where you have your Saturn. So like you have your Saturn in Pisces. Okay, so in Pisces is a spiritual sign. You know what I'm saying? And so then within here, I feel like morals and principles also become a duty, you feel me, in the sense that I feel like with Saturn and Pisces, your beliefs are of great importance because Pisces is a sign of beliefs, and anything and everything that Saturn is involved with is going to bring hardship, poverty, struggle, strife, not strife because that's Mars, you feel what I'm saying, but essentially with Saturn and Pisces here, I feel like this can also produce an energy towards like, because a need for Pisces is a sign that deals with healing as well. So let's talk a little bit about Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. Pisces is a mutable water sign, right? It's the last sign. It is a selfless sign. Yeah, selfless sign. You feel what I'm saying? And so Pisces also deals with things like welfare, and assistance. Like Pisces in of themselves are typically people that render help and assistance, but they also are people that receive assistance. But then with Saturn being here, Saturn a lot of the times also signifies the things that you don't have, right? Because it deals with poverty. And so this may be an indication that and then especially with you having that moon in Aquarius energy as well, right? So it's with the Saturn and Pisces energy, this can be an indication that you may have grew up under conditions, familiarly speaking, not even familiarly speaking, but just under conditions, right? Maybe with the responsibilities you're bearing, maybe more from a mental angle or from an illness angle. You feel what I'm saying? That may be overwhelming. You feel me? Because I feel that's very much Pisces energy. They have a tendency of taking up more than they need to for themselves. Not for themselves, but taking more of the peace than their share. You know what I'm saying? In the sense that Pisces is an energy that's very much sensitive and it picks up on everyone. It's very reflective to its environment. So Saturn and Pisces energy, your environment becomes of great importance. You feel what I'm saying? But then it's all the stuff I'm talking about, the sensitivity and the picking up from the energy, you resonate with it and you can relate with it because you also have your Venus in Scorpio, and so is your Mercury, you feel me, in Scorpio as well. So yeah, these are most definitely interesting energies, you feel what I'm saying? So even though Libra is a sign dealing with relationships, a lot of Libras do find themselves towards a path of isolation, you feel me? And in a sense where the relationship also becomes that between themselves and their inner selves, if that makes sense. In the sense that Leo being exalted in Saturn, and Saturn, alright, so check this out. So Saturn is a very maleficent planet, first and foremost. And the word Saturn and the word Satan, they're synonymous, you feel me? And that's why they're spelled very similarly. But yeah, so that's where the origins of Satan came from Saturn, you know what I'm saying? And so with all that being said, it's a sign where overcoming doubt and fear is necessary and needed, because ultimately Saturn deals with opposition, but opposition for the sake of opposition, because there is value in opposition. Value in opposition, that diamonds are formed under pressure and pearls are formed from pain, you feel what I'm saying? So in that sense, especially with Moon and Aquarius, pursuing the mental sciences would be of great value and significance, you feel what I'm saying? So when the moon goes into Aquarius, unfortunately it is still debilitated in the sense that, it's just leaving its debilitation, which is in Capricorn, you feel me? Because when the moon is in Capricorn, it doesn't do so well because it's in the opposite sign that it rules. So the moon naturally rules Cancer. And so Cancer is a sign, it's very yielding, very considerate, caring, and so the moon wants to care, wants to be considerate, you feel me? And it deals with nurturative abilities, how you nurture others, but how you nurture yourself as well, but also ultimately how you've been nurtured, because the moon, it also gives you insight into your upbringing, your childhood, and your mother as well. And so Capricorn is the sign prior to Aquarius, you feel me? So the moon is in Aquarius, it's still struggling. So Aquarius is a sign that's an air element, right? So air doesn't deal with emotion. The moon is an emotional planet. So one of the moon's detriment is that Aquariuses, they don't understand or know how to process emotion, and a lot of the times they push emotion back I didn't really go into detail and look at what specific deacon you had your moon in Aquarius in, but I will tell you this though, from intuition. So there is a possibility you may have it in the deacon of repression, but it's like, so within Aquarius there's like the deacon of individuality, originality. Yeah, I think it's original. So yeah, there's the deacon of originality, then the deacon of inspiration, and then the deacon of, okay, yeah. So now you don't have it in the deacon of repression. You feel me? Because Aquarius can be a real repressed sign, but it's like this energy plays out regardless in the moon, because Aquarius has a disability, an inability to deal with its emotion, like emotional, what's that term? When you can, emotional compensation, not compensation, but, sorry, the word is not coming to me. That's crazy, the word is not coming, but it's like, you know, when, you can't poop. But yeah, like emotionally though, but it's like, so what happens is, because there's an inability to deal with emotion, but also because Aquarius's circumstances and situations are typically harsh, you feel what I'm saying? The energies that they may draw and attract to them may also be disharmonious. Like a lot of Aquariuses, from my analysis, I've recognized that they draw and attract to themselves, especially moon in Aquarius, so people that are more so negative than positive. They also have an ability, of course, to attract harmonious, positive individuals. And I feel like because you have your moon, sun trine, you probably do draw to yourself positive individuals, positive influences. Yeah, there's just that slight possibility that you probably don't also, because you also have that Venus in Scorpio and Mercury in Scorpio. So looking at your chart, it's like, although looking at your chart, it's like although in the sign the sign of relationships, I'm pretty sure that's the deacon that deals with independence, you feel me? So although in the sign of in the sign of relationships and marriage, I feel like with your Mercury and your Venus being in Scorpio, and then your Mars, where is your Mars? And then your Mars also being in Leo, it's in the 6th house, and all this other energy. You're a sort of individual who would benefit from constructive isolation, in the sense that isolating, but with the purpose, with the purpose and intention of healing. You know what I'm saying? Because Aquarius is a very wounded sign, you feel me? But then furthermore, so is Scorpio, and so is Scorpio. So things like psychoanalysis, you feel me, and tools that help you analyze your mind and like your thoughts and your paradigm and your beliefs, you feel me, especially with Venus, with like Scorpio energy, especially, you feel what I'm saying, become of great value, you feel me? The Scorpio in of itself is a sign that naturally is inclined towards bringing light to that which was previously unknown, you feel what I'm saying? It's important that your mind is also illuminated, because a lot of the times with the Scorpio energy, but the Scorpio is a negative sign, you feel me? And it's a sign, so Scorpio rules the 8th house, and the 8th house is the house of prisons, you feel me? And a lot of the times, and you have your Mercury in the 8th house, so these are like mental prisons that you create for yourself, you feel what I'm saying? That can even be built around desires, like wanting things but not being able to have them because of your circumstance or X, Y, and Z. So check this out. So Taurus is the opposite sign to Scorpio, you feel me? And Taurus is a sign that deals with possession and it deals with having. It's an earthly sign, you feel me? But then Scorpio deals with desiring, wishing, wanting, dreaming, you feel me? But like not always putting in the work and the effort to do so. You feel what I'm saying? Not being practical and grounded enough to do so more, so I should say. The Scorpio most definitely is not a lazy sign, you feel me? And then you have like that Mars and Leo energy too, so you are a very determined individual. I'm covering everything in this reading, you feel what I'm saying? We're kind of looking at a little bit of everything, and it's important to do so, you know, when you're doing a person's reading. But I would pretty much say, we've covered a tremendous amount, and I think that pretty much would conclude the reading for today, you know what I'm saying? Although I should talk a little bit about your ascendant. So your ascendant is also an Aquarius. So real quick, what I was saying earlier with Aquarius, yeah, it's important that you tap into that psychoanalysis energy and explore the mind, your mind, and why you think the way you think. You feel what I'm saying? How your childhood affected you, like maybe your relation with your mother, maybe because a lot of the times, even if the parent was there, you feel me, the parents were there. With Moon and Aquarius, there still may have manifested this like distance energy, like non-closeness. But that's because Aquarius. But it's just because like they've been there for you, but they may not have been capable of showing you like affection and love and emotional nurturing. You feel me? And so it's like with the Moon and Aquarius, a lot of the times, these are the types of people that go on later to not have the ability to nurture themselves. You feel what I'm saying? Because they weren't nurtured as children. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. We'll go deeper later in the future, as I'm sure you do want to get a fuller reading. So we'll definitely go deeper in the future. But so ascendant in Aquarius. Oh crap! I just turned off the music. But anyways, as I was saying though, so ascendant in Aquarius. So when the rising goes into Aquarius, first and foremost, Saturn becomes the chart ruler, you feel what I'm saying? And we talked a little bit about Saturn thus far. So it's a maleficent planet, it yields to negativity. We already discussed all of this. And so when Saturn is a chart ruler, one's life is filled with hardship and trials and tribulation. But it's like Saturn is also a planet that deals with systemization, and it deals with perseverance and strength, you feel me, in the sense that those who have gone through a lot also have a lot to offer, you feel me, like a person who is spoon-fed, for example, you feel me, and never had to do anything for themselves. They lack certain traits and attributes, characteristics that you need to go through shit to have, pardon my language, but like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's not all negative, and it's not all negative, like in the long run. With this Saturn energy, you feel me, it is trials and tribulations, but like these are sorts of individuals who manifest the strength, you feel me, because like Aquarius also, you should focus a lot on mental strength, you feel me, and having building up a mind for yourself, a mind that no one can fuck with, you feel what I'm saying, a mind that you can move around in the world, because Aquarius is also a sign that's very associated with the stage of the world, you feel me, and working with others, you feel what I'm saying. And then Libra is a sign that also deals with others, so yeah. But yeah, so the mind is of great importance here. But yeah, this pretty much concludes your reading. Again, thank you for your patience, and thank you for choosing to work with me. It's very appreciated, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Also, definitely let me know what you thought about this reading. Yeah, peace.